Well, what the hell is going on with Donald Trump's hand? In fact, lefties are in a straight up panic over it, and all kinds of conspiracies and rumors are flying. And on top of that, the White House is in a straight up panic. I got a couple of things to share with you in today's broadcast, but let's start first with these lefties freaking out over Donald Trump's hand. And here it is, Aaron Rupert scrolling Getty and couldn't help but notice this photo of a huge bruise on Trump's hand today. And I'm going to blow up that image. But basically, if you read the comments of some of the lefties in the comments, they're like, oh, that's the same kind of bruise you get from an IV, which in my opinion, it's not. It's a little higher as far as the bruise is located. And others are like, call a doctor quick. There's a medical condition of some sort over a freaking bruise, by the way. But here's another one. And this is Gabe Sanchez. And he states, whoa, this looks exactly like the bruise Trump had before on his right hand. Trump holding a newspaper in August 2020 with Elon December 2024. Is Trump hiding a medical condition? Is this why he wouldn't release his medical records? And by the way, these are the same type of people that were not wanting to really be front with us regarding Joe Biden's health, which we all know and knew was failing. Anyway, their panic seems to be over the top with Donald J. Trump and then missing when it came to Joe Biden. But either way, the White House has responded, and I agree with their assessment. It is from shaking hands. NBC News, White House says that a large bruise on Trump's hand is from shaking hands all day, every day. The Hill, we have Trump's hand just keeps getting marked up by frenzied fans. And then we have this on the Western Journal, lefties scoff at White House explanation for Trump's bruised hand. It's not an accident. And it's happened before. So, of course, the left, like I showed you in the beginning, is straight up in panic mode over this. Now, I happen to believe this is absolutely due to handshakes. Let me show you the handshake here between Donald Trump and President Macron. And you can see here kind of how strong it is. I'm not going to play the video, but right there, he holds it, grabs it pretty tight, keeps going, keeps going. Keeps going. And I think this is an ongoing battle between the two. They have the longest handshakes I've ever seen. And let me just show you what I mean. In 2017, here's some videos. You can look at all three of those. It's kind of like a battle of the handshake. There really is no other way to see that, but you can see they've always had that tight grip. Now, I also got an assessment that I'm going to share with you from a doctor, his particular assessment. And on top of that, then I want to get into the panic that is happening at the White House. But before I do, just a quick break from my sponsor. Well, we've been told all our lives that these wrinkle creams that we are using on our face are the way to look younger. However, according to Dr. John Lake, he is a world-renowned Beverly Hills expert. He has just come out and stated that most of these wrinkle fixes are nothing but glorified moisturizers. Well, recently, Dr. Lake has focused his attention away from these mainstream practices so that he can focus on revolutionary anti-aging breakthroughs. His personal clients, including myself, have dubbed this do-it-yourself technology as the age rewinder method because it literally takes decades off of your skin in the matter of minutes. I want to encourage you to check it out. All you have to do is go to bhmd1.com/haven, and they have this amazing video that's gone viral with over millions of views. Watch it, and you can learn a little bit about this amazing technology and then take that next step to get better skin and better younger looking skin. Again, that's bhmd1.com/haven. If you're on your cell phone, click that more button to get more information or click the link in the description box below. All right, back to the broadcast. So what is this doctor's assessment of Donald Trump's issue, so to speak, if you even want to call it that, on his hand? Take a look at this. Daily Mail. Doctors give worrying update about what Trump's mystery hand bruise really means for his health. Talking to Daily Mail, Dr. Stuart Fisher, an internal medicine physician in New York, said that while an aggressive handshake could partly be to blame, his age may also provide a clue. No duh. He explained old age naturally weakens blood vessels and makes them more brittle, which makes bruising on any part of the body much more likely and severe. Can I say no kidding to that one too? He highlighted Trump is the second oldest president in U.S. history. And then he goes on and said osteoarthritis An age-related disease that breaks down cartilage and bone in the joints could be another possibility, Dr. Fisher says, as it can cause easy bruising or discoloration around affected joints in the hands. I think it's probably all of those things together, he said. Yeah, I think everybody and their mama knows that older people are more fragile when it comes to bruising. I mean, duh. Hello. That's why he got the bruise, because he often has really harsh handshakes. And you have to think, he is an older president. And when you grab that hard, if you're a little more fragile being older, that is just what it is. There is no massive medical condition, in my opinion. So I happen to agree with what the White House said. It is simply from shaking hands. But of course, the liberals on the left have a story to share you, not necessarily the right and correct story. They just make up their own and add butterflies and lollipops and whatever rainbows to all of their stories. Meanwhile, there is also panic happening right now at the White House, particularly regarding the media in the media room. Take a listen to what the press secretary just announced to the media. Take a watch.
As you all know, for decades, a group of DC-based journalists, the White House Correspondents Association, has long dictated which journalists get to ask questions of the President of the United States in these most intimate spaces. Not anymore. I am proud to announce that we are going to give the power back to the people who read your papers, who watch your television shows, and who listen to your radio stations. Moving forward, the White House press pool will be determined by the White House press team. Legacy outlets who have participated in the press pool for decades will still be allowed to join, fear not, but we will also be offering the privilege to well-deserving outlets who have never been allowed to share in this awesome responsibility.
I say a big fat amen to that. The WHCA no longer is going to control who gets to go to the White House, but the White House is going to allow more people into the pool. For far too long, and I'm going to be very blunt here, the media in that press room has acted like a mafia. I mean, there really is no way to put it. No, you're not allowed in here. We have authority. This is our space. I love the fact that Donald Trump is really opening it up to other people, journalists, like say Joe Rogan or whoever is going to be there. I don't know who they are going to improve, but for far too long, the mainstream media is a dying breed. Nobody's listening to them anymore. We have to make changes and we have to bring people in that Americans are listening to. And of course, there's straight up chaos and panic in the press. Their legacy media flips out over White House as it takes control of the press pool. Here are some of the things that happen. It says, according to Eugene Daniels, president of the WHCA and Politico reporter, slammed the move, telling Axios that it suggests the government will choose the journalists who cover the president. And here's another freak out. Also, the New York Times was also triggered by the move, calling it the latest in the string of aggressive efforts by the Trump administration to erode the access and influence of major news organizations that cover the White House. And then we have this, Jackie Henrich. The move does not give the power back to the people. Yes, it does. But anyway, it gives power to the White House. The WHCA is democratically elected by the full-time White House press corps. And by the way, the WHCA is very political. And of course, it leans to the left, but I digress. The WHCA has determined polls for decades because only representatives from our outlets can determine resources all those outlets have, such as staffing, in order to get the president's message out to the largest possible audience, no matter the day or the hour. And by the way, as a reminder, the Democrats were already basically doing this anyway. Let's just throw this up as a reminder. And Josh Hassan says, I'm old enough to remember when the Biden White House revoked 442 reporters' press credentials. And you can see this happened under Biden. White House purges 442 reporters using new press credential rules. So Joe Biden did that, and obviously he was getting rid of the ones that Donald Trump had just allowed in, and now Donald Trump is basically kind of reversing that and bringing them back in. But the bottom line, Democrats have already been doing something similar. Okay. Now, there's always a thing, what happens when a new administration gets in? Well, here's the deal. For far too long, that group has been dominated by a mafia style press corps that's highly to the left. It's about dang time that we even out the field where we have both sides of the fence there. The left, the right, and even some moderates and independents. It would be nice to have that neutral field with everybody able to give their input. And that was kind of the idea originally, but we have gone so far from that. Anyhow, wanted to share all of that with you guys. Obviously, there's a lot going on. So if you want more information about what's truly going on, sign up at restrictedrepublic.com. Get there, sign up now, check it out. We've got huge reports that we've been dropping and sharing every single day. You get exclusive video content, no commercials there. And we have really been under a lot of censorship and blacklisting here on YouTube. Got some bad news the other day from some of our long-term advertisers as well. So this is one huge way that you could really support us. And I encourage you, please go there and get that exclusive content. I'm also contemplating doing some personal stuff on there, getting more personal with Lisa Haven and Justice Knight. So make sure you sign up there to find out all the latest. Anyhow, I love all of you. I'm Lisa Haven signing out.